My name is Mike Zucchett. I'm also here with the Municipal Employees Association. We'd like to propose something that is not a new idea. It's something that's been around the city for a while but hasn't been talked about for the last 3 years that we've been out of the bond market, and that is simply restructuring the debt that we have on the pension system through the use of pension obligation bonds. Now, pension obligation bonds sometimes make some people squirm in their seats, but only because the word pension is in the title. We at the city, and you just did a few weeks ago, restructure our debt all the time if we can get better terms. Right now, this city owes to its pension system $1.3 billion, according to the actuary this year. So that's $1.3 billion in real debt that this city owes to the pension system. You pay an interest rate on that debt. We pay an interest rate on that debt of about 8%. It was 8%. Now it's going to be 7 3/4. That debt is amortized effectively over 16 years. It's supposed to be a 20-year amortization, but because of some technicalities that are probably over all of our heads and the way it's calculated, it's effectively a 16-year amortization. So right now, if we could compare it to a home mortgage, we've essentially got a 15-year fixed-rate loan at 8%. And through pension obligation bonds, we would have the opportunity to refinance that loan at today's current rates. And I'm not a bond market expert, but there's a lot of bonding going on right now in the neighborhood of 5%. So right now, if you simply restructured it in that way, 3% of $1.3 billion is a big number. It's $40 million. On top of that, if you restructure the debt to what you do for most bonds, which is 25 to 30-year periods, you restructure the debt, you spread the payment out, further significantly reducing the payment. Now, in the past couple of years, we've done just the opposite in this city. We've taken the amortization time and we've quickened it. We've increased our payments to the pension system. And these are admirable to do at any time. But in times when money is really tight and cash flow is really bad, and we can restructure our debt and save so much money and still be paying off our debt in the long term, still making principal payments, not just interest payments. It just makes too much sense not to look at. Now, I don't know what constraints the city may or may not have with respect to this and with respect to the precise status of its bond rating or ability to bond to this magnitude. But to not look at this at all, I think would be a mistake. Again, I would look to the county, the self-proclaimed bastion of fiscal conservatism in the world. Just ask them. Bill Horn will tell you. That guy's great. They've done this 3 times over the last decade. They have bonded over $1 billion. Again, it's not new debt. You've got the debt. It's there. It's not going anywhere. It's $1.3 billion. And you can either pay it based on the terms of the retirement system, or you can pay it based on the terms that you can get in the bond market. And I believe right now you can get much better terms in the bond market. It's simply restructuring your debt. The county did it. The county's been successful. Other jurisdictions have done it. This city, as I said, hasn't even considered it for a while. And when it did, it was rejected. And I think oftentimes it gets rejected again because there's this myth that somehow we're creating debt. The debt's there whether you like it or not.